What's up, YouTube? We slam right back into this thing, man. Exclusive Diddy party. This is part 2, and we left right off with this. The party planner. She has researched and found out the party planner. She didn't have to buy the daggone card. It's on eBay, y'all, for $1,000. And she was saying, and she made a mistake, and she yawning, I'm yawning. I finally got comfortable, man. This chair, dude, these chairs, man, they are not that comfortable, dog. They cheap. So I'm gonna have to break down and buy me a real chair, man. Lay down and do these reactions or something. Y'all work with a brother, man. Work with me, Baby Productions, man. Don't forget our live channel, man. Today I am going to finish this video up, and we're gonna be on the live channel, man. We're gonna be talking about this bad boy. So without any further ado, let's keep it moving, man. Let's check it out. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Go to the Music Recording Network Live. The Music Recording Network Live. I scroll down a little bit if y'all interested in helping us help people. We are helping people with our channels. There's a lot of people worldwide that can't put food on the table, that can't feed their kids, and that's what we're doing. My family, my team, when I say family, the chat room is my family. It's so many of us, man, that I can't believe how fast people have taken and want to be heard. There are other people that have been through some type of abuse. Some people have problems, and we kind of support each other. So with that being said, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, go over to our live channel. Let's check this bad boy out. Here we go.
Now listen, I know they gave anonymous names. I know they didn't want to source. I know they didn't want to get involved, but we cannot deny what was found on YouTube for $1,000. Somebody that attended that
On
party
eBay.
that got an invite is selling their actual acrylic invite that was, and the party planner's name is right there on the invite. Info RSVP to 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 events, right? 646-230-8033. It has Sean John's signature, of course, Motorola, all the corporate sponsors. Again, there we have it. We have the party planner. This is the girl that not only, according to her own words, stating anonymously in New York Post and in the page 6 that was quoted all over media.
The phone number up there and everything, man. So back in the day, you know, if you going hard like this, you want people to get in touch with you. Bad boy, I didn't know. Okay, Motorola, they went out of business, y'all. Cell phone, just in case y'all didn't know, Motorola they was the first one they had a walkie-talkie with their cell phone, so you didn't have to use your time, right? You didn't have to use up your minutes. You could just what you doing, like a little walkie-talkie. They used to get on my nerves,
CNN,
man.
NBC, name whatever legacy media you wanted. It was requoted in the LA Times, New York Times, name whatever you want. This is who his party planner was from 2000 to 2003. And even if she wasn't 2000, it doesn't matter. She was the party planner for 2003. She did the VMAs, right? Where people were like floating off hanging off the roof in cages. And people were ooh and ah. She did the corporate VMA because even though it was sponsored by MTV, the official after party, Diddy was the one, and Miss Rosenblum was the one in charge of events. So she did the official after party. And if you read the article, I think I have it here, but if not, I'll hold it up to the screen. She also said that she would do the unofficial SMEX parties that ran in conjunction. She said she never asked the girls for ID. She never asked the girls' ages. All she cared about and all Diddy cared about was how much the girls weighed and that they had tight bodies with no jiggle and no cellulite. These are in the articles. They're all over the web, right? So why do I say this? It's because in the article, she also goes on to say, listen, she says, listen, because Miss Rosenblum still does events. Listen, I wasn't involved in like the sex trafficking. I thought that the reason they didn't want to know the girls' names and we had a don't ask, don't tell policy is because of underage drinking. We had no idea there were underage possible sexual activity. Again, this woman's name has been shrouded in mystery and silence. This was Diddy's party planner from 2000 to 2003. Even if you don't want to wrap 2000 into it, it was definitely his party planner for 2003. This woman, I believe, is the key to cracking the case open. Now, she does say in the article she was not in charge of the guest list. Diddy took care of the guest list. However, right? Diddy took care of the guest list. And I do believe that because in all of Diddy's parties, no matter where they are, he takes care of the guest list. He takes care of the locks. And he takes care of the security cameras. Okay. Right. He takes care of who these security cameras actually is. So why do I bring this woman up? Because not only does she know where all the bodies are buried, what venues were rented, where they were, this and that, she acknowledges that there were underage kids all the time. Again, it makes it more likely than not that when a limo driver saw a 13-year-old girl, he thought maybe he could get a bonus and said, yo, get in, I'll take you to where Diddy is. Does this mean that she is telling the truth? That Jane Doe is telling the truth? I don't know. That is for a jury to decide. The victim will always trump whoever got a mixtape that I like, right? I stand justice. I stand right. I stand principles. I go up for that. But this woman who was previously shrouded in mystery is the secret. And it is based off of the smoking gun right there. Whoever it is that is selling this, if you want it for $1,000, they're selling it. A Hustle Queen 74. Hustle Queen 74 is selling her invite to the thing, which actually pins Jessica Rosenblatt as the event director. Again, she did the VMAs, the Video Music Awards in radio, the after party. She did Diddy's Smex after party. She talked about it, how Diddy would spend upwards of $500,000 for a party. But
it's funny, man. I don't mean to cut it in the middle of what she's saying. The funniest thing is I'm sitting here. If I had the money, I would buy it just for you all. Hey guys, thank you for watching our videos. If you want to check out our live channel, the Music Recording Network Live, where we dive deeper into videos that we put up and talk about different things that's going on in the world. You can participate in our chat or you can come on live. You don't even have to show your face. Go to our live channel, subscribe, voice your opinion, because we would like to hear from you and help us come up with solutions. Now, let's continue on with this video. If I had the money, I would buy that $1,000 and I would show people. I can't believe it. They'd be like, wow. Because, you know, I'm serious because, and I know y'all get tired of me showing this book. I still haven't read it yet. I still, one of these days. Oh my God, man. I still have not read this book yet. But I paid $250 for this book, man. That's a little more better for our budget. That's our budget. But yeah. I haven't read the book, man, because we're going to read it online. And in fact, we'll do that today. We're going to do that today on a live stream. Yeah, that's crazy.
Awards in radio, the after party. She did Diddy's Smex after party. She talked about it, how Diddy would spend upwards of $500,000 for a party. But when it came to the invitation only Smex parties, money was no option. She could blow the bank. Imagine spending $500,000 on a party and saying, but go crazy when you get to the Smex party. She also did the white party on Sunday, August 31st, Diddy's famous Labor Day weekend parties. Again, listen, Alex Spiro is busy doing his best to defend Jay-Z's honor. And if Jay-Z gets off, Diddy must be out of his mind if he thinks he's slipping away under Jay-Z's skirt. He better get back here because Diddy, you had the motive. You had the opportunity. You have shown us that you like flirting with 13-year-old girls. Baby, you had motive, opportunity, and now that we got your party planner, we know where the scene of the crime is. This woman is the key with Homeland Security investigations. And Busby, if he doesn't come out and say, okay, I quit, we were all lying, I don't see him doing that, but you never know, to actually finding out where this after party happened, because she had to keep meticulous records. Why? Because she is a business. And for the IRS, in order to claim business expenses, she would have to have those receipts. She would have to have those receipts. A receipt and a paper trail actually exists. What's more, this is Miss Jessica right now. She is here. Hold on. I mean, she's not on the channel. Let me get y'all hype. Hold on, really, right? Listen. Again, this is Patrick McMullen Archives. This is Miami, Florida, August 28th. Zach Posen. Y'all remember him and Diddy, where they was like doing the butt, sexy, and kissing. It was a very intimate scene, right? I do not know if Diddy prefers the strong touch of a man, but he seemed to like Zach's gentle touch, right?
Doing the butt. My band played plenty of times with EU Experience Unlimited. They're right from my area, doing the butt. Dude, I'm just trying to let y'all know how close I was to this music industry. 4 hours away from Bad Boy, New York, and the different things that was happening with Jay-Z. Never had no dealings with any of these people, but I was in the music industry playing instruments and running sound and hooking up equipment, doing studio work. I produced a song that landed on Teddy Pendergrass album. I was on tour with Faith Evans, just to give my resume a little bit. So it's not like I'm just doing this just to be doing it. This was so close to me because I fought so hard to be a part of Bad Boy. I fought so hard and lost. Wow, I'm so glad I lost. So imagine how I feel. Imagine if you was trying to be on somebody's team, period, and come find out you was mad that you didn't make the team, and come find out the team was rotten. It was a rotten team. How would you feel? Now you understand.
And Jessica Rosenblum, they attended Diddy's host, the one and only official after party. Again, she worked with Diddy for a while. She's still tight in Diddy's circle. She talked freely about the 2006 MTV Video Music Awards, Timberland pre-VMA Bash hosted by GQ. We see Jessica there too. Again, Diddy is said to have hosted an after party after that too. Jessica was very mixy. Jessica was in charge of not just blowing a bag on the party, but again, class, say it with me. That's right, doing a freak off. Exactly. She said she didn't know. She thought they weren't checking for IDs because of alcohol. Now she realizes there might be something funny going on with age. And somebody can sit this woman down and go through her the 2005 MTV VMA Sean Diddy Combs MTV Friday night party at Mansion. Why was Jessica there? Because Jessica was the one that decked the place out. She was the concept, she was the vision, but she was also the one that also, in her own words, go read page 6, would also decorate and deck out the private SMEX parties, the venue. She would scout the venue. She would scout the workers. She said that they use SMEX workers, right? She would scout the venues. She would secure the venues. decorate the place, do this, do that. We know that Diddy likes renting out mansions. So I'm sick of everybody, not everybody, but I'm sick of people acting like Diddy is like you and me having a party in our home. Diddy is known for renting out places for his freak-offs. And it really honestly doesn't matter whether he bought that Alpine mansion in 2003, 2004, 2005. Diddy had a freak-off at somebody's mansion. Just like he had Meek Mill's birthday party at somebody's mansion. Diddy didn't like having freak-offs where he laid his head. You know? Listen, again, I believe she is the key to actually cooperating. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? Here's the interesting thing. Remember when they said that Diddy was doing witness tampering? That Diddy wouldn't stop emailing people, texting them, doing all this stuff? That Diddy is sitting in jail off of an obstruction of justice charge? Who do you think he was trying to get in touch with? Do you think Diddy beat us to the punch? Do you think that when Diddy saw these things about parties being thrown, because here's the thing, every other victim that's a part of Diddy said that they were at a mansion. Diddy likes to rent mansions. Every other person says, well, I don't know if this was his home residence or not, but it was decorated like a party. Okay. Do you think Diddy beat us to the punch? Do you think Diddy sat there and looked at those lawsuits and said, there ain't no way they can prove this? Because do you think Diddy's lawyers got to work, paid people to scrub archives, which is a very easy thing to do, and something, it's expensive, but it's something that happens? Do you think that Diddy's lawyers went busy and tried to thought about it and said, wait, a venue? Ooh, who rented the place? Who staffed the sex party? Who scouted locations? And who put north of $500,000 into every private smex party to create an experience during these years that we're being sued? That's right. Jessica did that. Maybe we should talk to Jessica. And maybe we should remind Jessica. And again, I'm not accusing Jessica of any wrongdoing. This is all hypothetical. But if I was Diddy and I was facing these charges, I would say maybe we should talk to Jessica. And maybe we should remind Jessica that you were the one that brought half these things here. For all we know, the party planner could have told everybody there the same way Little Rod said, well, Big Rod, now that he got that win over Diddy, right? But they could have been like, yo, her job was to make sure that everybody knew what Diddy liked and to bring it there. Diddy likes young girls. The younger, the taller, the skinnier, the better. Just bring them, bring them, bring them. Again, they said strictly it was a do not ask, do not tell. Again, we can argue whether Jay-Z did it or not. But one thing we cannot argue is whether Diddy was actually at the scene of the crime. I believe he had motive. I believe he had opportunity. And I believe that we have placed, if not the scene of the crime, we know the person that rented out the venue. Again, so this is Miami Herald. So how did Diddy's female guests get invited to Diddy's freak-offs? The party planners tell all. They were busy doing everything. Again, you can Google the article. That's his Alpine thing. This is Denzel Washington confronted Sean Diddy Combs and stormed out after an all-night party in 2003. This either had to be the Labor Day or it had to be the Video Music Awards freak-off. They saw something that they did not like. For somebody saying, well, yo, he had a freak-off on the Music Awards show and then he had a freak-off in Labor Day. Maybe we saw with Cassie and her thing, Diddy's appetite for freak-offs was insatiable. It was 4th of July. He wanted to ride all the rides and slide down all the slides. Let's get into this really quick before we finish up. Victor Wiggins, thank you so much for the super chat. Royal77, thank you so much for the super sticker. CC Dollars, thank you so much for gifting a membership. CC Dollars, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Infinite Wisdom, thank you so much for the super sticker. Beautiful messy ball. You said thank you. Check the Wayback Machine. I did not know about that. I actually.
That's what I was just talking about. I was just talking about that in the first part. If y'all haven't seen the first part, go check out the first part. The Wayback Machine. Check the Wayback Machine. That's a website that you can pull up. I guess you can, if you know the .com, so to speak, like my websites, you can actually pull up like the World's Largest Rap Contest.com. That's one of my websites. Turn Music into Money.com. That's one of my websites that all of these failed tries, so to speak. And some of the pictures and some of the stuff is you can get to this stuff, man. So shout out to the Wayback Machine. That's kind of cool. So let's see what they saying about that. Oops, my bad. Wait a minute, I went too far
Dollars, thank
back.
you so much for gifting a membership. CC Dollars, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Infinite Wisdom, thank you so much for the super sticker. Beautiful messy ball. You said check. Oh, thank you. Check the Wayback Machine. I did not know about that.
Yeah.
I actually just use educational and institutional archives. But no, I'll definitely check the. Where is my pen? I never got my pen. Oh, here we go. The Wayback Machine. Sorry, guys. Let me just jot this down really quick. Wayback Machine. Okay. Let's see. Sabrina Renee Speaks says, I believe it too, Tisa. I know that makes two of us. Thank you so much. Nubia Gold, thank you so much for becoming a member. Kim G, what's up, Kim? Said, Tisa, we need to get Jay Rosenbaum on the phone. Let me tell y'all something. I don't think Jay Rosenbaum is getting on the phone because Jay Rosenbaum, I think that somebody may or may not have called 1-877 for HSI tip because, baby, when I have a tip, I actually report it to the authorities. I'm trying to make sure there are justice in our communities can actually stay safe. Jay Rosenbaum, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kim, is a great idea. I will try, Kim G. But to be honest with you, I think that she would be wise to go to the authorities first. That's also the authorities haven't already questioned her and she hasn't, and actually be honest in what she knows, because it's the line blurs between being a enabler, which spells out to being an accomplice, which to being someone that is just testifying on behalf of the state. Again, I'm not accusing anybody of any wrongdoing, but if these freak-offs and everything that was happening and she arranged them and that she was around, because everybody knows when you have big name clients and you're an event planner, you don't just be like, okay, like act like you're dropping kids off at Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, y'all have a good time. Text me when you're ready. No. The event planner for such a high profile thing usually stays on site to make sure nothing goes wrong. Because if you put in all this money and all this time into making an experience your client is supposed to be blown away by, right? You could have the best birthday party, baby shower. Let's just say it's not anything already planned. And if you leave halfway through, or if you're not there and something goes wrong, the client's going to be angry. They're not going to want to pay you. But more importantly, event planners depend on word of mouth. And nobody is going to want to hire you because last time you disappeared and everything went to hell. So especially with someone as demanding and extracting as Diddy, he's known for being an a-hole, known for making people work like days without eating. Don Little Rod's lawsuit, known for like being abusive, like verbally and mentally to his staff, known for being a harsh taskmaster, and he doesn't care. He just wants it done. Diddy was Jay Rosenbaum's key to like literally taking it to another level. So I do not believe at all that she just gave him the keys and then that was it. Party was over. She stayed there because she was his planner, I believe, to make sure that there were no surprises and everything went as it was supposed to. Again, this is my belief, but I think she would be the actual I think that she would actually be I think that she would actually be the key to this. Also, Miss T Perfectly Imperfect said 2023 VMAs is on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Yes, 2023 VMAs is on YouTube. I did eventually find Eminem and that 2003 clip from the Video Music Awards and raise on. But ask yourself, how come when you Google or when you go to traditional media outlets, it's now saying that Eminem didn't even attend when we literally have somebody's private YouTube account? Because this is the thing, you can't scrub somebody's private YouTube account. You can maybe
Right.
go to Legacy and pay for it, do this and that. You cannot scrub public record from somebody's private YouTube account. These are the only records when Google is literally saying, no, he did not attend the 2003 Video Music Awards. Again, it's something very small, but when you look at the way things add up, it just makes you go, you know what I'm saying? It just makes you wonder. Listen, it makes you wonder. And it makes you wonder now that we see what's going on. And it makes you wonder now that when we go down that rabbit hole, we try. And I do want to say that I was the person that actually researched this first. Y'all not, like, seriously, I don't care if other people followed the trend, but baby, I put in some hours on this. My live last night broke down all the receipts. Okay. But the whole point of the matter is, okay, just to get it off of who did what, because I know we're not little kids. It's fine. And I'll stop because who cares, right? I need to go to bed. And I'll be on live tomorrow, fresh and bright-eyed. But let me just get this out. If we were able to figure this out, guys, in less than 24 hours, right? Literally, if we were able to figure this out, then that means that Diddy's already figured it out. Diddy knows what he did. It puts the feds and their concern with witness tampering in a whole different scenario. The fact, and think about it, because I'm like, yo, Diddy is insane. Why don't he just put that phone down if he knows these mofos watching? But now that we know how loose this web is and how if somebody like shakes it, it'll fall apart, right? Now that we know that, hold on. Forget that prior to, I want to say, I don't know the exact year, but I want to say prior to 2010, it might even be more recent, but I think prior to 2010, MTV removed all their public videos. This is another reason why it's hard to find something on Google searches. Yes, people on YouTube have it, but if it's on YouTube's personal account, right? MTV would have had to know it's there, then do a copyright request, a takedown request, blah, 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 blah. MTV deleted all of their news archives from the internet. They erased over 2 decades of articles. Again, this is public knowledge. They deleted more than 20 years of articles, just like that. And it happened when Diddy stuff was popping off. This girl, this thing happened a little bit over 2 decades ago. Let me just read you this article. But before I do that, let me just finish my point, because I know mama's faded, but we're going to hang in there till one more second. I used to think that Diddy was just out of his mind. But now I see there is 100. There was always a method to his madness, but now I see the urgency. Because if we figured this out in less than 24 hours, and yes, Tony Busby office did a horrible job of prepping the victim. Yes, NBC News really did some really questionable, to me, borderline unethical reporting when you're dealing with someone with mental cognitive impairment. Anybody that knows people with autism, it was really some shady stuff. It really was. It bordered, NBC, if you remember from Ronan Farrell's book, To Catch and Kill, when NBC was very proactive in implementing checks and balances and measures that made sure that Weinstein's reign of terror could continue. If you read Ronan Farrell's book, Catch and Kill, he outlines all of this. NBC was very overcorrective. I don't want to say that they were on the take because I don't want to get sued, but they were very overcorrective in protecting Harvey Weinstein, even with faced with mountains and mountains and decades of evidence of his doing. The fact that NBC sat down and did this to a woman that suffers from mental cognitive impairment, and you hear her talk, she doesn't seem to be high functioning. And the fact that they gave us a Frankenstein interview of sound bites and quotes without any context, and anybody that has a thinking mind knows you need context, it makes me understand the way Diddy couldn't stop trying to witness tamper, the way Diddy wouldn't stop texting people, the way Diddy was informing his sons, because there's all these people out here that were pivotal and they know where receipts are buried. Because there's a million idiots on the web saying, oh, it wasn't the 2004, it was and not seeing the forest for the trees.
Right.
I get it. Details are important. However, the fact that Diddy rented out mansions for all the freak-offs, why wouldn't he just rent out another mansion? He got the money, and the party decorator just comes and does her thing. My point of the matter is, this explains Diddy's urgency so much that he was willing to risk his freedom, because there are a million little loose ends. And I think Diddy thought that he was sewing up the loose ends when he was in New York City, but he was too aggressive, too fast. He got caught, and he's been locked up ever since. But even then, now this explains why Diddy couldn't stop using the phone, buying minutes, because in his mind, he might have to stay in jail a little bit longer. But if, let's just say hypothetically, Jessica Rosenbaum starts talking, if the limo drivers start talking, if the people he used to do his bidding, that he paid to do his bidding, truly starts talking, it will all go down. And really quick, in case anybody is actually doubting this, let's read what happened. This was in stage LNYC. MTV deleted the iconic music TV channel of the 80s and 90s is gone. The Hollywood Reporter, the foremost preliminary, like the Hollywood Reporter is a big deal, and they are a huge trade magazine. They're a popular magazine, but never forget they are a trade magazine for industry insiders to actually read tea leaves and see what's going on. In business, Comedy Central website, Daily Show clips, everything was wiped out. MTV deleted their news archives from the internet, erasing over 2 decades of articles. Now, I know some people will be like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Maybe storage was too expensive. For an organization that big, storage is such a micro cost, it doesn't mean a difference. Also, the Library of Congress will actually take anything that's notable, such as 2 decades of a bona fide music legacy that saw modern popular music. They were the incubator. They bought up. Their news articles, their videos are a treasure trove in an archive. It was deleted, and they refused to give it to the Library of Congress. They just wanted it gone. Why is that? Well, I have a theory on that.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Some people
crazy.
say that they did it to protect Diddy. Maybe, but Diddy isn't so big that somebody would delete all their history. You know what I think? I think they did it. It wasn't just to protect Diddy. It was to protect Diddy-like individuals. See, the 90s and the 2000s were wild times. It was also the beginning of reality TV. So people were just free. They let everything be filmed because it wasn't like it is now, right? On top of that, with the archives, if you look at the archives, it was a time where there was no political correctness, where people didn't understand what date grape is. They just said the groupie drank too much wine, right? People did not respect domestic violence. They didn't respect SA. They didn't respect political correctness. Racism, you could do what you wanted. The 90s and the 2000s were wild times. Go to the blog article, there's proof. I think MTV saw what happened to Diddy, I think they saw that, yeah, it's making the band and all this stuff. But I think they saw what happened to Diddy. And I think they saw the way people were pouring over their archives, finding more information and more information and more information about weirdo stuff, right? And I think they thought and they said, wait a second, if this is happening to Diddy, and Diddy was basically doing either what everybody else is or everybody else was enjoying what Diddy did, maybe we need to get rid of all this footage and just throw the baby out with the bathwater, because it's more important we protect this
Wow.
archive of celebrity and ecosystem, because don't forget MTV is under Viacom, so they don't care, than to leave this historical record up that can actually come back in the form of lawsuits, not just to the company, but to the personal artists. Don't forget, these artists have their agents, they have their handlers, they have all this stuff. They are billion-dollar businesses. I believe they said, you know what? There's no way we can go through an archive of 20 years of videos, exclusives, interviews, sound bites, B-roll. There's no way we can go through 20 years of it. You know what? Just burn it all. And that way nobody can come back to us. By that, we will have the record by the time that political correctness is in. And if anybody's still acting up, then that's on them. But we're not going to suggest, we're not going to subject
Contribute.
the supernovas. Let's also not forget the MTV footage. I remember around the time when Diddy first got arrested, people were zooming in on old footage from the parties, zooming in to people that might not be celebrities, but they are businessmen, they're businesswomen, they were wealthy. Okay, back then in 2000, whatever, to have a camera pan in the room, everybody was laughing. Now nobody wants to be associated, so they're like, we can't go through all this B-roll. We don't know. Bill Gates might be standing in the corner. Elon Musk might be swaying off beat. We don't know what's going on. Just
I'm sorry, y'all. Elon Musk might be in the corner swaying off beat. You know something that we don't know? Elon Musk got some brains, but he don't have no rhythm. Is that what you trying to say? I don't know. We got now want to see him dance. I want to see if he can dance. Elon Musk. That's my man, though. I love Elon Musk. But can you dance, Elon Musk? Listen to this.
We don't know. Bill Gates might be standing in the corner. Elon Musk might be swaying off beat. We don't know what's going on. Just burn it all. I think that's why they actually did it.
Oh my God.
It wasn't just to protect Diddy. It was to protect the ecosystem of celebrity and the sick things that actually happened that were either caught on tape or that really powerful people just don't want to be associated with. Again, look at this article, USA Today. If you want your MTV, it just got a lot harder to find. The archives of MTV News were deleted Monday. This was on June 26, 2024. The archive, and let's not forget, Diddy's home was raided. This was deleted around the time they announced that Diddy was under grand jury investigation, or it started leaking that he was under grand jury investigation. The archives of MTV News were deleted on Monday, June 24th, removing decades of music journalism from the internet. The links to MTV News and MTV.com News began to redirect to MTV's homepage, Variety reported. The links continued to redirect to the homepage as of Wednesday evening. The archives contain work from the news site's founding in 1996 that documented the rise of multiple stars and genres. The music channel's news operation was shut down in 2023 as part of a round of layoffs conducted by parent company Paramount. Oh, what's Paramount's parent company? Disney, Paramount, MTV. Okay, I'm just saying. The layoffs cut off 20% of jobs at the company owned by Paramount. Listen, Country Music Television, formerly Country Music Television, CMT, also owned by Paramount, removed its news articles from its sites last week, according to Variety. Again, it's weird that Disney, Paramount Global, tried to take every online news site that covered every aspect of the entertainment industry and basically make them delete their archives for no reason and didn't even give that information to the Library of Congress. Again, does it mean anything? Right? I don't know. But Crystal Bell said this is sickening, derogatory to see the entire MTV News archive wiped from the internet. Decades of music history gone, including some very early K-pop stories. Patrick Hodgson said, so MTV News no longer exists. 8 years of my life are gone without a trace. He was a writer. All because it didn't fit some executives' bottom lines. Infuriating is too small the world, where they used the excuse that they couldn't afford to keep it up because of storage, but data analysis said that was a lie and it was very, very minimal cost. They did it, I believe, because they were trying to erase. Brian Hyatt said, this is disgraceful.
Definitely a lie. That's definitely a lie. You can buy a hard drive. You can buy a server for cheaper than what people think it is. In fact, we about to buy another 10 terabyte hard drive. Our 10 terabyte hard drive we have now is halfway full, and look all this video footage and video recording that we're doing. Wow.
They've completely
Crazy.
wiped the MTV News archives. Decades of pop culture history, research material is gone. And why? And why? The why is Diddy. The how is they had the power. And they're still doing it. You guys, listen. This case is just beginning. I do believe that this case is actually moving forward. I know people don't want to admit it. I know it makes people mad. I know people cry. But at the end of the day, the law is the law. And the law is to protect the weak and the innocent and give the weak and the innocent a voice. Because let me tell you something. Tyranny doesn't need a voice. Evil men don't need the voice. They are the tyranny. Rich and powerful don't need a voice. They are the tyranny and the evil men. Okay? The tyranny of evil men shall afflict men walking through on all sides. Again, these type of cases get messy. Okay? Yes, that's what makes them these type of cases, because oftentimes people you love and you think you respect, even though you have no reason to because you don't know them, you only know their image, it hurts people's souls. Regardless, the point in all this is to say, I believe that this case is moving forward. We will wait for what has Tony Busby posted anything, or is he still on vacation? We will wait to see what Tony Busby's posts, but I do not for 1 second what? Sorry, let bygones be bygones. Neo's ex-wife Crystal Renee links up with Sade Baggernice, and they're hugging and looking real happy with each other. Okay, you know what? Let me mind my business and find Tony Busby's page. Mr. Busby,
Yeah.
are you around? Tony Busby is not around, and Tony Busby has not posted anything on his Instagram stories. However,
this is her live though, y'all. Y'all got to remember she's live, so she's actually researching stuff.
Sorry. Andrea Pfeiffer, thank you so much for the super chat. Giphy Sanaa said they said she's live.
So she's talking to her people and everything also.
2000 VMA, but they were at the 2003 VMAs. So bam, her story fits. Tisa, you cracked the case. Now, oh, thank you so much. But not only does her story fit, we have an after party.
Yes.
We have an after party. We have the party planner. And on top of that, we have the party planner. She spoke out to Page 6, New York Post, that was retweeted and shared by a bunch of big news organizations anonymously about how much Diddy pays for his after parties, upwards of $500,000. But when it comes to the private SMEX parties, the freak-offs, he'll pay anything. He doesn't care. He just wants to experience. She also went anonymous off record anonymously, but I believe we found out who she is, to say that they routinely let in underage girls. They had a don't ask, don't tell with ID. On top of that, she went on to say that these were timed strategically for BMA awards, boxing matches, and other celebrity events. Also, she did the BMAs and she did his actual thing. Again, we can argue about whether she was actually great, but even then, even then, she's 13. Even if she moves that by 3 years, that makes her 15, depending on where her birthday falls in the year, or at the most 16. 16 is not the age of consent in New York if the person is more than 4 years older than you. So if you are 16, you can date a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, and a 20-year-old, right? And a 20-year-old if you're 16, and it won't be considered statutory rape. But if they are a year older, 22, whatever, it is 100% statutory rape per se. That girl was 15. You already know what that is. If she was 16, Diddy and whoever else is over the age of 20. So
Even if she said yes, come on, let's get busy, it's still the R word.
And we have the party planner saying that they rent venues. We also have the actual federal prosecution's case saying that Diddy did it, that always rented out hotel rooms, venues, or whatever. Maybe Diddy didn't want that baby oil all over his mansion. No. Again, there's articles now that when he leaves the mansions, he leaves them like orgies and he just plays a cleaning fee. Exactly. I do believe. And also, I think it's disgusting the way so many, sometimes like, I feel what Kendrick was saying when he's like, yo, it's time for the party to die. I hope y'all got GNX. It's chef's kiss, right? Etc. Especially reincarnated, right? It's really, really good. But my whole point is, I think it is disgusting. I think it's filthy. I think it is so vile. I think it is evil itself. Because you know that old thing, right? Evil is evil. But when you can identify it, I was listening to this podcast, you can rush toward it and squash it. That is the nature of evil. That's why evil tries to stay hidden, because people mobilize to squash it. Stupid is something different. Evil mobilizes stupid to run interference, to do its bidding, and to keep it out of trouble. Evil mobilizes stupidity. And when you argue with someone, forget it. The point is, evil mobilizes and uses stupidity as a weapon. It uses, and I think it is the epitome of stupidity, disgusting vileness, that people are attacking a mentally ill woman that the courts in the United States not mentally ill, I apologize, mentally impaired, cognitively impaired, autistic woman, that the courts in every single state in this United States of America have given a special level of protection, and they give different standards and different rules to victims of trauma, of child sexual abuse, and cognitive impairment. This woman has all three. The dad thing, it is a little troubling, but that's something to explain away in the jury. That's something kind of, everybody was just screaming last week. What type of parents? Where's the parents? What type of parents let her show up? What type of parents let their 13-year-old show up? Now all of a sudden that he's like, I don't remember. Well, he's the best father in the year. Give him father. Y'all was just saying when y'all thought you could use it to discredit her. Oh, why blame the parents? Why are we suing anyone else? Now all of a sudden the parents are bashing the good. Listen, at the end of the day, it's disgusting to me that people are attacking people with mental impairments and acting like our laws in America don't exist, and that there are reasons that the experts, the people that study this for a living, the people that do more than run dumb Stan accounts, right? The people that actually have some education, right? And again, I don't mean to sound elitist with education or anything like that, but you get my point.
Do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
The people that are actually doing it and put the research in to actually see what's going on, instead of people literally spending their lives tweeting all day because they like the mixtape called The Blueprint 4. Again, People can land
Wow.
where they want. I really don't care. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Believe what you want to believe. I have bought you what my research is. You may find that compelling. You may find it not. But unless Tony Busby stands there and says, we lied about everything, this case is going to move forward. Even if the judge dismisses it without prejudice, it'd just be refiled correctly. Like, just because you did like something wrong paperwork, that you don't lose your chance of freedom unless there's a statute of limitations. It will be rejected,
Right.
and it will be
Right.
refiled correctly. That is the nature of
Smart
the
lady.
law. All right. I don't want to start
Very
quoting
smart
Tony
lady.
Busby because whatever. But like he says, justice limps along, but it gets there eventually. Tony, if you don't get back from vacation and limp yourself in here, because we need some answers. Again,
Yes.
y'all can
Yes.
debate on whether your fave Jay-Z was actually in the room or whether she misremembered. But baby, when it comes to Diddy, we got the motive, got the opportunity. And baby, I believe we actually have the venue too. I believe we have the menu. Myra Shively said, hey, Tisa, would you pass this info to Mr. Busby? Absolutely. But I would assume his law firm, after Alex Spurl embarrassed the dog mess out of him. I know he embarrassed the dog mess out of his firm. That was some sloppy 1L. You only watch Ally McBeal for law. That was some sloppy work. I would assume after that happened, Busby, I hope, and their team woke up, got active, and probably we are going to see something submitted to the court tomorrow morning. If it is, I'm going to go live as soon as it goes on. So join me. Also, thank you, Myra. Myrna. Sorry, my dyslexia is kicking my butt. Myrna. Also, Heather Stanley, thank you so much for being a member. You said TTN, Tisa Tell News. And also YM Droid, you said one correction. Oh, okay, thank you. Paramount, well, no. Are you sure? Because I have a Disney Paramount Plus app. You said one correction. Paramount is owned by Viacom, who also owns Nickelodeon. Disney owns ABC, who just settled with 45. Okay, fine. But I have a Disney Paramount Plus app. So they're connected some way. I have, let me go to ChatGPT. I know for a fact. You know why? Because I've been trying. I don't know what TV I signed up for the Disney Plus Paramount app. And I've been trying to deactivate it from the building. It's only $5.99 a month, but it just bothers me. They're getting, and you cannot deactivate unless I don't even know what TV I loaded it in. But hold on, let me check really quick. I'm sure you're right, YM Droid, but let me just, and thank you for correcting me. Let me just get this. Hold on. Is Disney Paramount Plus, are they related in any way? Paramount.
That's why she's so
parent
awesome.
Companies or anything like that? Or do they just have an app?
She is,
hold on, guys.
she is determined not to stop learning. No matter what, you should be open to learn all the time. And she is open to learn all the time. That's what I like about her. Very powerful. Well, I can't wait for our live
I
stream
stand
today.
corrected. Sorry about that. So I either have the Disney Plus or the Paramount Plus app. I might even have both. They are competing platforms in the crowded streaming market. Okay. Apologies, everybody. Again, that's why I said, and that's why I love y'all keeping me honest. Trust no one. Vet everything. But while you're vetting, please don't forget to see the forest. Don't not see the forest because you're too focused on the leaves. Or is it not see the leaves and not the forest? I don't know. The point is the big picture. Okay. And thank you so much, YM Droid. Okay. Disney and Paramount Plus are not together. ABC. Okay. Let me just check one more thing because I have to check. Is Paramount in the Super Bowl in any way related?
I love her, man. She is awesome.
Well, the only way they're related is Super Bowl advertisement. See, if you dig deep enough, there's always that connection. What's the connection to the Super Bowl? It's big money. Paramount Super Bowl advertisement. and CBS's role in broadcasting the Super Bowl. And also, Paramount sponsors the NFL halftime show or content sponsorship. That means that I have to go. The point of the matter is it's all connected. Anyway, you guys, listen, I gotta go. Thank you for rocking with me, YM Droid. Thank you so much, right? Oh, thank you, QL. You have to go to the Play Store to deactivate. Thank you. I've been driving myself crazy trying to get this thing deactivated. Again, it's only $6 a month, but it just, every time I see it on my bank statement, I'm like, I'm going to be 80 and they're going to have like $3.2 billion out of my bank account for something that I don't even know what TV it's on. So thank you so much, QL. Anyway, you guys, listen, let me get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me for this little midnight live. I will see y'all tomorrow. And y'all know when Busby drops his mess, please know I will be right there with them. I will be right there going live to read everything. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Peace. That was incredible. That was incredible information. One of the things that that is opening up my eyes now is the driving for 5 hours, a 13-year-old. I don't see that. But if it's if she's off by 3 years because she's a little mixed up on the date and the time, so she just said the year 2000, even though it was, when it hit 2000, it was amazing for 3 years. So you might have thought it was 2000 when it was 2003. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you so much. That makes a lot more sense, even with my theory of a 13-year-old, which will place her at 13, 14, 15, 16, or maybe 17-year-old. Now, I can see a 16-year-old getting in the car and traveling 5 miles away, not a 13-year-old. That's just my opinion, especially with a female. I don't think a 13-year-old female should be traveling 5 miles, without their parents knowing. 5 hours away, that's just me. She cleared up so much stuff. She cleared up the rock group being there. She was ready to say something about the Denzel Washington, but she, this is her live and everything. Wow, man. Wow, Diddy did not like to have the F off where he sleeps at. He always rented and did hotels and did all kinds of different things. Who knows, man? Sometimes he probably did, sometimes he didn't. But I know one thing, man. It's about to get real juicy. And we banking on you, Bugsy, or whatever your name is. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I call him Bugsby. And I want to pronounce his name correct if he's doing a good job. But if you're not doing a good job, I'm going to call you Bugsby, whatever that means. But 120 cases, man. Again, I keep saying that people say, why he put her and she lying and all this. Y'all need to sit down for a minute and chill. Let these professionals do what they do. There's a reason why he put that case out. You got 120 more cases. He cherry picked, which means out of them 120 cases, they strong cases. To him, they strong cases. He had 3,000 people call. 3,000 people had called. I have already did research and understand that 2 of the people already said, well, no, it was three, a couple of people. How about that? A couple of people already said that they called the 1-800 number and they talked to them and everything, and they didn't think their case was strong enough. We just did the, I don't remember the guy's name, the book writer who did time in jail because somebody gave him some bad checks that went through his company, and he spent money because of the bad checks. Hell, that happened to me before. I wasn't in no big, I wasn't into no big time money. Nobody wrote me checks for $5,000 and $10,000 and $20,000. You know, my checks was like $100, $200, $300, $500 at the most is a check. And then it started bouncing. Some of the private people had bounced checks in my company, in my business. And I had to deal with it. You know, you take that hit, so back and forth. So then when this big mamma jamma comes lying and doing bad check stuff, I didn't go to jail because I already had a history of some checks go through, some checks don't. So they couldn't prove that I knew that these were some bad checks and I took the money. Even though they took the goddamn, man, you take the money back. I don't care. The money we're talking about it ain't no $10,000, $20,000, $5,000, no big money. We're talking about a check that took me like $2,000 to pay back. Back then that was a lot of money for me. You know, so if this guy went to jail for 7 years because he has $20,000, $30,000, you know, I guess once you reach a certain threshold, it's considered federal or whatever y'all want to call it. It's big time. You know, this world is a trip, man. But look, I can't wait to go live, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Tisha Tales, you have opened my eyes up to a lot of things, boy. I follow you. I'm subscribed to your channel and everything. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.